Hey, you guys. So, I wanted to talk to you guys today about something I saw in the news the other day. Now, if you follow me on social media, you've probably already read my blog about this, but I had to come on here and make a video. There's this new thing called heroin injection facilities. I get it, but to me, it's one of those situations where your heart's in the right place, but I don't know where the hell your brain is. And if you're a Golden Girls fan like I am, you know the reference that I'm making. I know people who've been to rehabs. I know people who've been to outpatient. I know people who have taken their own lives without drugs, but who have been addicted and felt there was nowhere to go. I feel like a facility like that is giving the addict permission to do it. Yeah, it'll cut down on dirty needles, infections, hepatitis, HIV. But the drug kills you. And what gets me is there are so many facilities that aren't up to par in many different ways. Why not spend the money on that? You have a very small window from when an addict wants to get help to them changing their mind and giving up. When an addict wants help, you get them help and you do what you can with what they're giving you as far as their effort. Because that is number one, the addict has to want it. But I've seen so many times where people get put on waiting lists. They go all the way out to a facility to be turned away. There's no beds. So then they don't want to go even further away, for instance, out of state, because they don't want it to happen then. And I'm not talking about the many other reasons that an addict will back out because they don't want to, but because they don't want to go. But what I'm saying is, for the ones that want it, they deserve adequate treatment. And to throw money behind using makes 0 sense to me. When I see the conditions that some of the rehabs are in, even some of the homeless shelters where many addicts end up, or the outpatient care. So many places need more medical help, making the facility safer with more security, especially here in New York. I don't know about anywhere else. I can't speak for that, but I'm willing to guarantee that we are not the only state that has some really shady crap happen at way below par places like this. And I just think about what I went through, what my family went through with my brother's addiction. There's so many people out there I'm fortunate enough to have friends who have gone through it and who actually work helping addicts and their families. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to reach out just to talk whenever I want. But there's so many people who don't have that, who could use their own help. Because if it's one thing that I've learned with my brother's addiction, is A, you lose yourself. And B, even after they're gone, you have your own recovery that you need to continue to do. On top of coping with their addiction and possibly their death. Let's say that somebody gets clean. That doesn't mean all of a sudden a light switches off in your head and you're fine. The families are forgotten a lot of the time. So why not start something for them? I might. That might be what I do. Even if it's just talking to somebody who's watching this right now. And I don't want to say, because I know a lot of people are saying that it's better than nothing, and I don't want to say that it's not something, but I feel like there could be more done. If you're willing to open up a place like that, why aren't you willing to put more behind helping people that actually want to get substantial help? Why aren't you helping that person that can't afford it? You know, that's another thing that gets me is half the time I know people whose healthcare ran out before they were done with the program, who couldn't afford to shell out millions of bucks to end up in the best of the best. And I know these things take money. But how are we ever going to get that money if it's being dispersed in so many different directions? I.e., heroin injection facilities. So anyway, that's my almost 10-minute spiel on what I think of that. If you're watching this right now and you're the loved one of an addict, please reach out to me. I'll put my email in the description, as well as all of my social media. If you're an addict and you want to reach out to me, you know, I could put you in touch with my friends that will help you. I just tend to not trust myself giving any guidance to an addict because I haven't been there. But I will help lead you to somebody who can. And if you are the loved one of an addict, whether they're in recovery, wanting to go in recovery, not in recovery, or whether or not they're gone, please reach out. Good night.